Welcome back to Heck's Kitchen. Check this sauce out. I don't know that I've actually ever made sauce before. And that is some pretty happening sauce. It actually smells cool. So alright, we're going to check on this. Now, the next step is we're going to get the hot dogs ready for these things to get, you know, dumped on. So, basted, that's the word. So, what it calls for is to slice diagonally into these bad boys. And I know it's hard to watch. It's like a J-horror movie happening right before your eyes. Just slice this open here without going all the way through. It's kind of like a meat version of The Price is Right, as close as you can without going over. There we go. I think that was close. So I'm going to put these into here. Here they are. They're nice and ready to do their thing. So I have 4 hot dogs sliced in the Corningware, ready to go into the oven, I think. I'm just going to double check here. Okay, I'm going to cover them with the sauce. And I have to admit something, this is going to take forever. Let me get something here, this will be better. Alright, so, I have to say that for somebody who's supposed to be basting these things, it's supposed to cook, according to the cookbook, 40 minutes. But I don't know that I have enough sauce for 40 minutes of basting. Because basting, I always think of a huge ladle of stuff and you just go, oh, and it's almost like Michael Bay slow-mo. But I'm going to be lucky if I can do, like, you know, don't know how to work the VCR camera slow-mo. I don't know. I think that's good. We're going to call that good. That's covered. I would say that would be covered. And we're going to slap the sucker into the oven. So I'm going to bake in the moderate oven, middle of the road oven, and 40 minutes. And I'm going to baste this thing every so often. There we go. It's out of my hands now. Alright, so we're going to get these other things ready to broil. So I'm going to need to put these into the toaster oven. Now, it said very specifically that you needed to broil these things 5 inches from the heat. I don't know. That's the Goldilocks zone of M-class hot dogs or something. So I've got broil here on this. Put this right in there or something. And let me just make sure I got right here. 5 inches turn several times turning. I got toothpicks in. Oh, I guess I could just flip it around. Cheese melted and bacon and frankfurters are brown. So I'm going to do this. Yes. I think. And I'm going to check it every so often while it's doing its broiling thing. So, they're in here. They're in here. I'm going to set a timer for this. I'm going to baste them. I might share some basting with you until you have had basta of the basting. And we'll go from there. So we'll cut for right now, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, here's where we are. These, as you can see, getting nice and crispified. So I'm going to attempt to turn these things over without killing myself. In fact, you know what I need for these things? Hang on. I don't need Ziploc bags. I need tongs! Yeah! Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn, now, if I turn these things though, well, all the cheese, it seems to me that all the cheese will melt out if I, like, flip it or something. So I think I will just turn it. I'm going to turn it a little bit, so at least it's getting a different angle. Maybe angle it a little bit, but what I don't want is basically empty hot dogs with queso. I mean, you know, I think you're with me on that. And I mean, you people watching at home, my producers here my producers in the studio are probably looking at me like, oh, Jesus Christ, what is he doing? So I'm going to turn this around. I did not burn myself there. I just jumped so I would not. I'm going to flip this sucker around here so I can do that. Oh, my God. It's like a meat canoe of cheese and goodness. Aren't you glad you never see behind the scenes at a kitchen? Why would you want to see this happening? So, I'm going to call that good. There we go. It's doing its thing now. Basting. So here is my... Ignore the French fries! Ignore the French fries! Those are Memorial Day French fries. Alright. So I'm going to... the Vincent Price... it's a whole other episode we're shooting at the same time with waffle fries. It's amazing! Waffle fries in the 60s. Oh my god. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out here and try not to kill myself. Now check that out. I'm going to pull this over here because it's hot. But look at that juicy goodness. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit more of this and I'm going to baste. That sucks. My basting form sucks. Just sprinkle. There you go. That's basting. That's elegant basting action going on there. Okay. What I need to do is I got the juicy bits here in the bottom, so I need to hang on. I'm gonna I could pour it into the. No, I'm not gonna do that. That would be insane. Small spoon. I'm going to grab a little bit of this action, if I can get in there, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that sauce that has been generated, and this is not elegant. This is not elegant. I am taking sauce out of a cordonware thing and I'm flinging it at wieners. My high school guidance counselor was right. She was totally, totally right. There'll be more sauce later, so let's just keep it as that for right now. I'm going to throw some more on there just because I can. There we go. And let's put this back in the oven and let it do its thing. So in fact, you know what? I'm going to get out of it. Yeah. Not screwing around. All right, we're going to put these back over here. Whereas Vincent Price said you were supposed to put them in the oven over a bed of waffle fries. And we're going to let that do its thing for a little bit. Now, so we'll be back. We're going to keep an eye on these over here, and we're going to keep an eye on those, and I'm going to hurt something. So, see you shortly. Okay, so, pretty much everything you see is me doing all of this with little to no help or sanity from anyone else. However, I will point out that the producers have staged an intervention after I said, oh, turn to flip the hot dog thing because they don't want to die eating uncooked meat. So they have stepped in and said the hot dog safe word, and as a result, we are trying to cook these things a little bit more thoroughly. So what I'm going to do is, knowing that you can see it's popping like crazy with this grease that's on there, so what I'm going to attempt to do is to drain the grease, and we have our little grease thing here. This is terrible to pick up with mittens quietly. And so even I figured out before even picking it up, I needed to transplant them to something so that they wouldn't wind up on the floor or on Cora's face. Or, now how am I going to, okay, hang on. I'm going to pull this out first. Pull this out a little bit so I can get at these. I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to transplant these to here, remembering that that's the one with those evil, evil onions in it. And then there is this. Okay. Amazing. There we go. Try to drain this into our grease jar thing. Yeah, not bad. All right. So, okay, now all that's left for me to do is put these back in and stick it back in and get them cooking again. So I think we can, now that most of, oh crap, which was the one with the onions? Oh hell, oh hell. Okay, hang on. All right, so they're back in. We're going to let them keep doing their thing. And voila. So, we'll see you back here in a minute.